Hello viewer, my name is Lucy Wanza Kariuki. I am your host for today's show. We are here on Health Talk and we would like to speak to you about matters concerning women. We have been talking and empowering men, but today we are here to touch slightly on both men and women. Our topic today is contraception, and I would like to introduce you to this show because these are things that many of the times go unspoken, but in our lives they speak volumes. With me today are very wonderful guests who are going to introduce themselves as we bring you health straight into your house, into your places of work. Stay tuned. Welcome our guests, and I would like to start with the lady. Kindly introduce yourself.
Okay, thank you, Lucy. My name is Riziki Zainabu. I'm a clinical officer working at Mwala Level 4 Hospital in Machakos County. I'm a specialist in reproductive health, and I'm glad to be in this show because I'm a provider of family planning.
Yes.
Thank you, Madam Lucy. My name is Pastor Patrick Iseli. I come from Kangundo Sub-County. That's where I serve the Lord. And I'm happy to be invited in today's show.
Welcome.
Welcome, my viewer.
Welcome. This is a very wonderful discussion, and I assure you that you are going to enjoy the show. What is this people call contraception? We know there are a lot of myths and misconceptions about contraception. Some even religious groups do not advocate for it, but it is one of the key elements of primary health care for us to prevent many effects in our life, to reduce poverty, to reduce a lot of challenges in life. We have to use contraception to control our families. And today I would like to invite our guest, who is a clinical officer, a specialist in reproductive health, to take us through and tell us what is this we call contraception. Welcome, Riziki.
Thank you, Lucy. I want to start by definition, what contraceptive is. It's a practice that has been used there before, traditionally, and it's also a method that we are using in modern world. We have traditional methods and modern medicine. We used to help people or couple or families in spacing their children or preventing unwanted pregnancies, unintended pregnancies too.
Thank you, Riziki. We are somewhere we know that this is not something that should be criminalized. You just want to space your children. It goes through with a lot of education, with a lot of choices that people make in life. So kindly, Pastor, we know that you're from a religious group.
Yeah.
In our country, we have several religious groups. You are a Christian. We know contraception has raised different debates. What is your point of view on this?
To answer that question, Madam Lucy,
Yes.
we have to consider two purposes for sexuality.
Yes.
One, it is for procreation, and the other one is for intimacy.
Yes.
God created man to, he blessed them to multiply and fill the earth. The other part is the issue of intimacy, for relationship,
Yes.
for fulfillment. So with that in view, and we know anytime these people go, or a couple goes, or they come together as a man and a husband, possibility of conception is very high.
Yes.
Suppose now they are doing it for intimacy. That's the question that has been there. Christians have been asking about it.
Yes.
So as religious groups, some have different view, and as a result, we have come to realize this is the reality we have to face.
Yes.
Because you can't fill the whole world. You must come up with children that you can manage.
Yes.
So as a result, it calls for wisdom. So contraceptives are welcome, though there are some group which normally say it's not good for them. But here we leave it to individual choices,
Yes.
to make their own choice according to the wisdom that God has given them.
Wow. Riziki, take us to understand
Okay.
contraception. Yes, you have defined that it will help space children.
Yes.
Which are these types of contraceptions?
Okay. Thank you,
Yes.
Lucy. Just like I've said before, we had traditional methods that were helping our mothers space their children.
Yes.
In modern medicine, we have been able to embrace the traditional way of family planning, but it's called natural family planning method. So we've categorized. We have the hormonal, non-hormonal,
Yes.
natural methods. The
I would like
non-hormonal.
our viewer to understand, because we have seen in our clinical facilities,
Yes.
there are people who have come
Yes.
with only one pill, written herbal medicine.
Okay.
And the client would like you to explain
Yes.
if it is effective or not, and you're
Okay.
there. When you read it, the wordings there are not the words you read in class. Is that what you are calling traditional medicine?
No, I'm not
Yes.
saying tradition.
Clarify, then you
Okay.
continue.
Okay.
Yes.
We have different forms of family planning.
Yes.
Let me talk about modern medicine before I explain the natural methods.
Yes.
We have in modern medicine, we've been able to classify them into hormonal and non-hormonal family planning methods. The hormonal family planning methods is essentially the hormones. We give the hormones. These hormones are just natural hormones that we bear in our bodies, but we give them at a stipulated dosage to help us space. But in non-hormonal, they help you space children or plan your wanted pregnancies, but they don't use the medicinal part of it. But they are modern methods. We can't-
Riziki, before you
Yes.
proceed, there is
Yes.
something I would like us to walk together.
Yes.
Contraception is
Yes.
going to work against the normal body mechanism.
Yes.
Is it possible you take the viewer through what is this we call the normal, so that when we come to contraceptives,
Yes.
the viewer will be able to understand at what point
Yes.
is the specific type of family planning method going to
Okay.
work?
Okay.
Yes.
Now I get
Let us start with the woman.
you. When we have to give family planning,
Yes.
we have to know what we want to do with the family planning. What are we targeting?
Yes.
Are we targeting ovulation? Because in a normal female who is of reproductive age, from 15 to 49 years,
Yes.
these are female who are ovulating. Ovulation means release of the ova for fertilization.
Yes.
There are women who are ovulating. There will be the process of fertilization after ovulation.
So the
Then-
ova is the egg.
Yes.
Yes.
Then there will be a process of implantation of whatever has been fertilized inside the woman's uterus. So when you're giving a family planning, you have to know what physiological part you're targeting.
Yes.
Are you targeting the part of ovulation? Are you targeting the movement from the ovary to the fallopian tube to the uterus? Are you targeting the implantation of the zygote to the uterus? So different family planning have different mode of action depending on what you want to target.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. And trying to understand on that,
Yes.
can you kindly take us through some of the hormonal methods
Okay.
so that we can connect with what you have said?
Okay.
Yes.
Hormonal methods. We have different versions. We have oral pills that we can take. We have injectables, and we have implants and IUDs that we can insert in a woman's womb to prevent the implantation. So you can either take pills or get injected or use the IUD. Those are the hormonal methods that we have. Yes.
Thank you so much.
Yes.
Oh, okay. At that particular point, before now you go to each one of them,
Yes.
I would like to ask our pastor, Pastor Patrick Kiseli, because I'm sure you're dealing with a community
Yeah.
that does not understand how these things work.
Yeah.
Maybe in one time in your practice, you've dealt with a case whereby the couple has a problem with contraception. How did you handle it in case any?
Yeah, there has been issues, madam. Some have complained of
Yes.
issues that you can see the weight I am in now. It's because of the kind of contraceptives that I use. Other cases that I've also had in the field as a pastor is whereby after a couple has the first child, now to get the second child becomes a real
problem.
issue. And when you dig deeper because you want to know what is happening, you find that maybe this person has had an injection. And now she has stopped the injection, she has the expiry date of the medication. I'm not a medicine, so
No problem,
that's
no
not my
problem.
field, but
Feel
I'm
free,
using
Pastor.
layman's language. The period which she was told after this you can have children,
Yes.
some have gone for a year, or quite a number of months, and it becomes traumatic. And you see, we pastors, we only pray. So it becomes a challenge.
Yes.
It's something that we permit. It's something that we can't do without, but we have a challenge. Is it because the medics don't explain very well for the people to know? That's something I would like to know about it. Another issue is issue that I've also encountered. There are also cases of whereby there is miscarriage after that prolonged use of. I've had some complain. I would like to know whether is connected with the contraceptive or the
planning
family.
method.
Is
Yes.
it connected with that? Those are some of the things I would wish, if clarified, then we pastors, we can have easy time.
Wow. Thank you so much, Pastor. You know, when you talk to us, we connect to the community. We connect to that specific family or families that are facing the same challenges. That you used contraception, now you have delayed return of fertility. You used contraception, now you're getting what we call habitual or repeated miscarriages in the common language used outside, but in medicine there is no miscarriage. What we have is the word abortion, which can be threatened, there are different types of abortions, but maybe that one we can talk in another day. Our Daktari Riziki,
Yes.
kindly take us through the specific methods of family planning, and we would like you to start with the hormonal.
Yes.
One by one, briefly.
Okay.
I am sure the issue of pastor to understand about those side effects will come after that.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you,
kindly.
Lucy. I had carried some few samples. I work in a government facility, so I've been able to provide what we, to come with what we provide in our facility. This is, I'm holding a bottle that has a solution, a liquid. It's a small bottle, as you can see. I'm sure you can't see the fluid inside there, but it's quite tiny as the bottle itself. So this injection, it's called Depo-Provera. It's an injectable hormonal method where women come to our facility, they get the jab, and they stay for 3 months without conceiving. Then they come for a return date for more injection. It's a continuous process until when the woman is ready to conceive.
So you're telling us that this injection
yes.
will be given once in
Yes.
every 3
Visit.
months,
Yes.
which means 90 days.
Yes.
After every, is it 90 days?
Yes.
You come for the same.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
continue.
90 to 120 days.
Yes.
You give the same. We like calculating in weeks. We
Yes.
say 12 weeks,
12.
come back for the injection.
Okay.
This injectable method has been linked with delayed return to fertility. But there is the accepted duration of delayed return. Around 6 months, this woman should be able to conceive once she withdraw the use of Depo-Provera. If it's past 1 year, that is infertility. The mother needs to go for recheck. Maybe there is something else that is not diagnosed. So he goes for recheck. At least 6 months, the woman should be able to have the fertility back. Major side effect of this injectable drug is period changes and weight changes. They are mild, they are reversible.
When you talk of weight changes,
Yes.
what do you mean?
I chose the words by saying weight changes because it's either way. you can add weight or you can lose weight. So it
majority will have what?
They will gain weight.
Gain weight.
Yes, manageable, not something to
Once
worry
you
about.
stop, the weight returns to normal.
Yes.
Okay.
So main worry is period change and weight change, but they are all reversible.
And you have also talked of bleeding.
Yes, period. Okay, bleeding. I call this period changes. They can be spotting. Every day you're having spotting. You can have none at all. You're not bleeding at all. Or you can have exaggerated bleeding, heavy bleeding. But they are all manageable. They are all reversible.
Okay.
So it doesn't cause infertility. Yes.
Wow.
I have pills here. I have pills, different type. These are 21 pills. These are 21 pills. These are around...
They look many.
They are many than these ones.
Let me
They are
have
different.
one.
Okay. I have this one. They are hormonal methods. They are different because we give them at different time of a mother. Is it a mother who is breastfeeding or a mother who has finished breastfeeding or is past 6 months of breastfeeding? So it has to be, we have to determine what stage are you of your after giving birth. That's why they are different. They are the progesterone and they are the estrogen pills.
But this one will be determined by the nurse, the clinic officer.
Exactly.
The client
cannot
is just a receiver of the healthcare.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, so these are pills. Pills have also minimal side effects, like also they gain weight. Yes.
I realize behind the tablet.
Yes.
Behind this.
Yes, behind the tablets.
Are numbers.
Yes.
Specific numbers.
Yes.
Kindly explain to our viewer who is holding this at home.
Yes.
It is 1 to 21.
Yes.
Can I start from 21 to 1? Because you know there are people who just like breaking laws.
Okay. When using pills,
yes,
you use it daily. There is no skipping. If you skip, it ceases being effective. So that's why they have numbers. That one has number 1 to 21.
Yes.
So it means day 1. It has an arrow where you start.
Yes.
You start from day 1.
It's pointing like
yes. You start from day 1 every day until 21
days.
21 days. No skipping of pills. Once you skip, they become less effective. But if you've forgotten to take your pills, the time you've remembered, just take your pill. Then tell your health provider how many pills you've missed, because you'll have to have a backup method.
Okay.
Yes, you will have to use a condom for a certain duration of time.
Thank you, viewer. Keep it to GPS TV Africa. We are here on Health Talk and we are bringing it to you where you are. We are in contraception, a topic that raises a lot of hiccups to many people. We shall continue after break, whereby our Dr. Riziki will be starting by explaining to us what this backup is. Stay tuned.
This is our world, our country, our community, and our society. It's all happening at Chungu cha Jamii. In this place, we talk about parenting, we talk about marriage, we talk about relationships, we talk about dating. We go to the prisons and find out how life is over there. We talk about the village, what happens down there in our slums. What exactly is happening back in our schools? What is happening with the people that we know as our husbands and our brothers? What is happening with addiction also in our society? We offer solutions. We bring in experts, we bring in psychologists to tell us more on how to handle our problems. Come, let us share together. Let's get round the pots, have some soup, and talk about the issues in our community.
Hello, welcome to the GBS article, where entertainment meets enlightenment and creativity meets exposure. Join us on the most interactive art club in all of Africa. This is the Art Club with Ben C. See you there.
Echo Music right here on your number one TV station, GBS TV. My good name is Hypolar the Experience. You can call me Moja Sa. Ukumazel the best TV ever. Lafu shoni gani Echo Music SMS line 21144.
Tunakuchezea zile ngoma mpya zenye zimekuwa zikitokea hii wiki.
Anytime ulizia bila God nikulia na wakinikeuzia I know you got me girl, yeah you got me girl.
Kautamu nikisa maneno nasikia kautamu.
Ati wanauliza gospel imedu bisa CMT we have to do. So Bible now we hand, so we physically, spiritually, lyrically, mentally.
Leo manze tuko na wasanii wa daily ndani ya nyumba.
Tuko
na muziki kali, tuko na countdown kali. Yaani kila kitu leo iko fresh. Chukua sharubati, hiyo ni juice hapo. Weka nguju ya meza.
Triple.
Yeah.
Tumia mtu salamu pale mali unakulanga chapo dondo.
Nani mimi? Walifunga.
Everywhere, GBS.
Welcome back, our viewer. We are continuing with the discussion. It is Health Talk here in GPS TV Africa, and we are talking about contraception. Before we went for break, we were talking about backup method, which comes up with missing some pills. Women are very busy during the day. They multitask more than men can do. They can be able to tolerate even tough environments. At the end of the day, the woman forgets to take a pill. Because of maybe stresses of life, she remembers after 3 or 2 days. What is this backup and how does it have to do with missing some pills? Welcome back, Riziki.
Okay, thank you, Lucy. As I was explaining, pills must be taken every day. If you miss your pill, it ceases being, the family planning method ceases being effective. What should you do when you miss your pill? If you miss more than 2 pills, whenever you remember, take your pills immediately at that point. But remember that you'll have to use a backup method, like I had said.
Yes.
What is backup method? Backup method is simply using a non-hormonal method to assist the lapse or the gap that has already occurred.
That has been created.
Yes.
Okay.
So what is backup method? Backup method, you can use a condom for the next 7 days. You can use a female condom or a male condom for the next 7 days. You can use withdrawal method or abstinence for the next 7 days as you continue taking your daily pills. That's what
So this backup method does not mean you break completely from using the drug.
Yes.
Because some people will miss 2 to 3
Yes.
and they will stop until the periods are back.
Okay.
And from that time, this is the
Yes.
time they will start using it. Is that right?
No, it's not ideal. Once you forget, take it immediately. You should not stop. Continue until day 21.
So what this backup means
Yes.
is that during this time,
Yes.
you could have broken the cycle
Yes.
and brought it back to normal
Yes.
because you were working against the normal using the
Yes.
contraception.
Yes.
So it could reorganize itself,
Yes.
and in the process you get pregnant,
Pregnant, yes. That's why you're using a
leading
backup
to
method.
unwanted pregnancy. So backup will
Exactly.
go hand in hand with the pills,
Yes.
will go hand in hand with protection of pregnancy, but now
Yes.
not adding another hormonal. Now you use like a condom,
Yes.
or you even abstain.
Yes, a non-hormonal method.
Abstain for
Yes.
a maximum of
1 week, 7 days.
7 days.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Riziki, kindly take us through the condoms.
Okay.
Yes.
Different types of condoms. We have female condom that is quite expensive, not very available. It's quite expensive, 100 bob per piece. Then we have the male condom, which is all over. It's supplied even for free by the government. So this is commonly used more than the female condom because of the cost
Don't you
implication.
think there is a bias?
Definitely. Definitely, it's biased.
Okay.
But it's more expensive. Maybe with
How
time.
does it, what is the mode of action?
The mode of, it's a barrier method.
Barrier.
Yes,
Good.
it's a barrier method. Barring the sperms from entering the woman's reproductive system. It's just a barrier
For the
method.
male, the man wears.
Yes.
For the female, the female wears.
Yes.
Yeah.
The male condom can be worn immediately when you want to have sexual intercourse. But for the female condom, you have to wear it earlier before you go to bed. Yes, 30 minutes to 1 hour, put it there before you go to bed.
Which
Before
means
you are-
now
Yes.
the male seeds will
Yes.
accumulate in it,
Yes.
removed slowly,
Yes.
and the seeds thrown.
Yes.
By doing that, they will not be able to meet
Yes,
the,
with the
female
female-
seed, which is
yes,
the ovary.
yes. It's
In
just a
short,
barrier.
no hormones, nothing.
Nothing. It's just a barrier.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Riziki, for that.
Yes.
Let's go next to
Okay.
IUCD.
Yes, we have
As
an
you tell us
IUCD
what is
here.
the meaning of IUCD, some
uh-huh.
call it the other names,
IUD.
you will tell us.
Yes. An IUD or an IUCD is just a small, very tiny device that is inserted in your uterine cavity. Let me remove so that you don't think I'm inserting the whole this.
Yeah, I was
Yes.
afraid.
Let me remove so that you are able to
Looks
see it.
big.
Sorry. No, it's not big. This is the IUCD. This tiny plastic thing. It's the IUCD that we insert into the uterine of a woman.
Uterus.
Yes. To prevent passage of sperms or passage of the ova.
Can
or
we call it
anything.
again another barrier method?
This is a barrier method,
Okay.
sure. Yes. It's a barrier method and it makes the uterus hostile. It's not able to receive whatever have in case a sperm passed and the egg was fertilized in the fallopian tube. This is also a barrier in the uterine. The uterus becomes hostile. It cannot accommodate. There will be no implantation.
But most of the time,
Yes.
there is no even passage of that
Passage of
sperm.
the sperms.
Okay.
Yes, so it's a barrier method. This is non-hormonal,
Let
but
me-
we have hormonal.
I
Hormonal.
can see you have a dummy uterus.
Yes, yes.
Where does that one sleep?
Okay, this is a dummy uterus. It's just for demonstration purpose. This is a female uterus. This is uterine cavity. And this is the cervix, the entrance of the uterus. These are fallopian tubes, which deliver the female eggs. So we deposit this IUCD, we place it here on the uterine cavity.
You insert it
Yes.
using these things.
Using these
What do you call them?
applicators.
Applicators.
Yes. You insert, the strings come out of the uterus to the cervix, then you trim them. So there is no this IUD is going to be in the cervix or in the vagina for those who have consent.
Yes, because
the
I am
IUDs.
sure Pastor
Yes.
is going to ask
Yes.
you a question. I can see it loading.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. That's
Okay.
where you place it and then you trim the strings.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So that's also
What
another
is
barrier
remaining on your
method.
table? I
On
can
my
see
table-
beautiful necklace.
Yes, I have a necklace here. It's a funny necklace with so many colors. This is a natural family planning method. It's just used to monitor your periods and to help you know when you're ovulating, when you can avoid sex. We have a red bead, that shows when you've started your menses. This is when you start your menses. So this black ring, you will guide it through the beads. Once you start having your menses, if it's for 3 days, those who have menses for 2 days, 3 days to maximum is 8 days. That's why we have these brown pills. If you have your periods 3 days, you just move the ring until where your periods reach. If it's 7 days, you move your ring until your
7
cycle.
days.
Yes, until you're done with your cycle. So every day when you wake up, you move your ring. Then these are a white bead. These are unsafe days that you should not have sex. These are 12 unsafe days you should not have sex. Once the ring is here, you're done with your unsafe days. So you can have sex from here up to here, all these days. But the 12 days, the white 12 beads, you should not have sex because you're fertile. These are unsafe days. The safe days are the red and the brown part of it.
Wow.
Okay.
Thank
Yes.
you so much, Riziki. I'm really enjoying what you're doing because I'm just imagining with that bead in the house
Yes.
and every day counting. I'm telling you,
Yes.
women, we have a lot of work, but it has to work for you, especially
Yes.
those who have
Yes.
what do I call them?
Medical
I do not want
conditions.
to talk about them because you are
Yes,
here.
yes.
The side effects.
Yes.
There are severe side effects. But before you talk
Yes.
about the side effects,
Yes.
Pastor, I would like to invite you. Kindly react. We are really waiting for you to react.
Yeah, it's very amazing. I've seen things I've never seen.
Thank you so much.
Especially the beads, I've never seen them. I was wondering what are they for. I was wondering where they're going to be inserted.
Necklace.
And at least now I have understood.
Yes.
We keep on learning until we go back to the soil
Yes.
where we came from. There are myths that have been raised there in the community, and especially when it comes to like you have called it what?
The
insertion.
coil.
Yeah,
They call it the coil in the
yeah.
community.
Some say that it can disappear
Okay.
In the body.
in the body.
Yes.
And it can
That's a good
disappear in the
myth.
body, and others say it can harm the man.
Okay.
So they get scared. There is something that can injure you inserted
Yes.
somewhere.
Okay.
So it becomes okay. Those are the things that people normally ask out there. Another thing that is of concern is some people say that is like eating sweets. When we are using now the nanomono, it's like taking sweet when it's wrapped in a paper. It's not sweet. Daktari will explain to us so that we may know exactly, is it real? Does it satisfy? Because now we are talking about as a pastor, I'm talking about couples
Yes.
who are supposed to enjoy for intimacy. Yes, Apostle Paul says in the book of 1 Timothy 7, verse 5, that we should not deprive each other.
Yes.
Even we should talk to your partner when you are fasting, praying and fasting, so that immediately you come back. So, because the Bible allows to enjoy, does this the condom and the female condom, does it do they really enjoy? Those are some of the questions that people have been having. Another thing is the issues of causing the contraceptive. They cause cancer, and there is something that we have not mentioned. Also, I've heard of where they cut they cut the woman somewhere. And somebody will say that a woman becomes watery. That's layman language. So you see, it causes fear in the society. Yeah, you can react on those few
Wow. Wow.
Okay.
Thank you, Pastor.
Yeah.
I'm sure we understand why we have low uptake of family planning methods, despite the challenges of life, despite hard economic times, because these are things that concern our families. I know you are a wonderful marriage counselor, so I can imagine the things you go through, the things you hear. So Riziki, kindly tell us, is it true that a woman using IUCD, it can injure the man or injure the baby, or the baby can come out greeting you with it, or it can enter the brain?
Or disappear.
Yes, or even disappear. It is nowhere to be seen. Some people say that it can be pulled out. Are these things really true?
Okay, let's talk about IUCD. But I would first want to tell you that any family planning method used does not interfere with pregnancy. Any family planning used does not interfere with an already formed pregnancy.
So what you're saying is,
yes,
we have seen young girls,
yes,
or even people trying
yes,
to
terminate
their pregnancy.
Yes.
They will come in the clinic and
Yes.
lie
Yes.
that I am safe.
Yes.
I am not pregnant.
Yes.
Kindly give me an injection.
Yes.
Then you give them, and later
Yes.
they will be surprised that they have babies. So they will be like,
Yes, because no family planning. The family planning is intended to prevent fertilization or the movement of the sperm or the the ova.
not
But
the baby.
once the pregnancy is formed, no contraceptive method can terminate. None, even IUCD.
Yes.
It can't terminate. Once it's there, it coexists with the pregnancy, and the baby is during delivery, the IUCD is expelled. It
So
doesn't
you're
injure the
telling
baby.
us that all these things that it can be injure the man, it can injure the baby.
Yes.
These things are false.
They are false. This is a plastic, very flexible. It's just a small plastic and it's flexible. And by length, I think around 2 centimeters. So it's inserted inside the woman's womb. And the string is the one that is felt. It's seen through the cervix, then to the vagina. Once we insert, we trim the thread. And this thread, with time, it's coated with mucus, the vaginal mucus, the small string that will be left for removing, because we have to leave a small protruding from the cervix for easy removal.
Good.
When we are done. So with time, it's coated with the mucus, so you're not even able to feel it.
Right.
So it won't injure the man, and it won't injure the baby. It can even never get lost from our uterus. It's a tough wall, and this is just a plastic.
Okay.
It's not able to penetrate or injure the uterine wall.
Thank you so much, Riziki. That's a
Yes.
very wonderful explanation. Kindly tell us, is it true that family planning causes cancer? We are addressing the misconceptions.
Okay.
Because somebody is listening
Yes.
and maybe suffering from cancer and
Yes.
is trying to attribute it
Yes.
to a family planning method that she used some time back.
Yes, okay, thank you for that. Family planning do not cause cancers. And before you're given a family planning, you're triaged. There is something that we say, we triage you and categorize you, what you're fit to use. Are you fit to use hormonal? We just don't give you a family planning that you ask. No, we have to ask questions. We have to triage you to know whether you're fit for pills, for injectable, or for non-hormonal method.
In short, you're
In
telling us
short.
that these family
Yes.
planning methods
Yes.
have side effects.
Yes.
And the side effects are manageable.
Yes, they
I
are.
would like you to finish and
Yes.
tell us if
Yes.
it is true that after fallopian tubes have been cut,
Yes.
have been used as a family planning method using the small surgical,
Yes.
minor surgical
Surgery,
procedure.
yes, yes.
If it is true, it interferes with the mechanisms of the woman in
Okay.
1 minute.
Yes, that is an unhormonal method, and it's a permanent method.
Yeah.
Once we do tube ligation, you are not able to have baby. It's a surgical procedure just to cut your tubes. No hormones inserted. So there will be no hormonal interference with the reproductive system of a woman.
Pastor, as we end the show,
Yeah.
kindly tell us what you advocate through parting shot in 1 minute. Give us your parting shot.
Yeah, what I can say is because of the issues of the delayances, personally I would advise then a young couple, they should not use the contraceptives before they have their first baby, and maybe the second baby. Then from there they can consult the medical people or go to the clinic and be advised to avoid the stress. Whereby it is because of a problem that already which is existing, and they attribute it with the contraceptive that they are using. So I would say a young couple should not begin with contraceptives.
Thank you so much, Pastor. Riziki, your parting shot.
Okay, thank you, Lucy. My parting shot is any reproductive woman aged 15 to 49 has a right to come for family planning method in a health facility, so that you're given the right medical advice on what type of family planning you can use. No one has a right to deny you family planning if you're sexually active and you're of reproductive age.
Thank you so much, our guests. It was a pleasure having you in the show. We would like to see you and discuss more on this. Today's show was a wonderful one. We were talking about contraceptives contraception. And all I would say as we end the show is that there are so many myths and misconceptions about family planning. Kindly, if you're facing any negative issue or any complaint, visit your nearby health facility for more information. Otherwise, contraception is real, contraception works, contraception needs a lot of medical follow-up. It was pleasure for this show about contraception. Bye-bye, our viewer. I was your host, Lucy Wanza Kariuki. Keep tuned to GBS TV Africa.